Giles Thomas for musculardevelopment.com here at the 2020 meet and greet at the Arnold Classic, joined by the fastest riding star in bodybuilding, Patrick Moore.
How's everybody doing? This is going to be a good show. I mean, it's a great turnout here at the meet and greet. Having a great time. It's my first experience, obviously, at the Arnold Classic. And I'm just super excited to be here and be on one of the biggest stages in bodybuilding and have a great showing. So it's going to be really, really exciting.
Two things. Your face looks crazy, which means you've really dieted hard for this, and the arms are looking bigger than ever.
Yeah, they're all right. Yeah, they're getting there. We tweaked a few things from the Olympia prep, so it worked in a benefit. It wasn't anything major. It was just small things, with the cardio, a little bit of diet stuff here and there. So I did the work, but it just didn't seem as taxing this time with the changes. Yeah. And that was a big plus because this is the first prep I think my body didn't suffer physically to get down. I had to do the work, but it wasn't like every day I'm aching and I'm just not I was looking forward to every single day training, every single cardio session. Because last prep we were doing 2 hours and we're doing
2 hours of cardio going into a prep. You're not really going to retain all your muscle doing that, are you?
Exactly.
That's, I think, a bit overkill.
Yeah, and it was on level 10 on the stairs. So trust me, I know. It was on me because I went with the old school. I'm a personal trainer, so I always thought high intensity keeps muscle, burns fat. Now when your carbs are low, your carbohydrates are lower, you're burning up muscle. And that's all I did. And it actually put my body in a weird position to where I almost couldn't fill out for the Olympia. This time's a lot different. We approached the thing different, so now we're holding some muscle. We've grown a little bit in the right places. So this is going to be a great show. I'm super excited.
Let's go back to 2019, because for me, outside of the top, the A-lister, top 5, top 6 guys, you were the talk of the show. I mean, you took 7th, 10th place. I personally had you 7th place. Yeah. I would have had you and Cedric swapping.
I wouldn't argue with that. Cedric, I know you're watching. That was my spot.
No, but I mean, thing is, regardless of your placing, you were one of the real talking points of the show. Your condition, your polish, your posing. I mean, posing, thank you so much for that, because I'm a big proponent of good posing. So, what was it like after the Arnold? Because, I mean, you must have had a huge step up in the amount of attention you were getting and talk.
It was just a huge push and motivation because, of course, going into that lineup, knowing that you're not going to be the biggest guy, at the Olympia, those are the best of the best. Those are the biggest guys. So we just wanted to play to our strengths and see how that would stack up. And fortunately, it was something that the crowd loved. Everyone loved it.
Posing routine, mate. Oh, wow.
And I thank Lee Labrada for that because he said, you're going to have a posing routine. You're going to have the small waist. You're going to have this, that, and the other.
The
crowd's going to love it. And, of course, me, I'm like, yeah, but I wish I had more size. And Lee's like, don't worry about that. He's like, you're going to be fine. And so with that, then working with Chris came, I saw him leading into the show. And every check-in, he was like, man, you're getting better. And then I started to get some attention. And so it's just motivating because everyone's on board with what I'm doing. I mean, of course, you have everyone that's like, hey, get bigger. But more so, everyone's like, hey, just stay in your lane. Keep doing what you're doing because it's working.
I think you're doing very, very well. Now, I was talking about you on the Arnold preview on MD, and I said he's got 3 deadly weapons, this guy. Phil Heath, Lee Labrada, and Chris Aceto. How can the guy not fail? You've got one of the best posers of all time. Check out the 1991 Olympia routine by Lee Labrada. Yeah. It's unbelievable. You've got Phil Heath. I've heard of Phil Heath. Some of Phil says. I recognize it. Yeah, love you, Phil. Yeah. And then you've got Chris Aceto, one of the best prep coaches in the world. Yeah. How does it feel having that kind of support?
I can go at this thing fearless and relentless because I don't have any worries. Every angle.
Sorry, I can see it in his eyes.
Yeah, every angle's covered. So it's where someone says, what am I going to do about this area? No, Chris is going to handle the conditioning and the diet. Lee's going to make sure I'm on point with posing. And Phil's going to teach me how to do this thing, the whole thing.
Phil's smart.
Yeah, and I learned a lot from him. So it just gives me ultimate confidence that, hey, you're doing the right things, man. So now I'm locked in. And I'm locked in on what the goal is, So it's just like every show, I'm just inching. And every appearance is going to get better and better and better. So I'm just ultimately confident, man, and I always say I have much respect for all the other athletes, but I know what I want. And being up there with them, because they are great athletes, it's good because I actually see how I stack up. Because these guys have more experience than me. They've been here for a lot longer than I have. So it's good for me to be able to line up, and I love that competition. Yeah. I feed on it.
Was it 4 weeks you were up with Phil Heath up in Colorado?
Yeah, it was 4 weeks, and I went up there. I was there for 5 days. A lot of learning went on up there. And
I would love to have been a fly on the wall, that because I messaged Phil and he said he's come to his exact words were on the message. Phil, he's messaged me, and he said he's come to see the Jedi Master.
yeah, and that's what it was. It was like, you know, if you're familiar with Dragon Ball Z, right? Dragon Ball.
He mentioned that, and I went over my head.
Yeah, well, Dragon Ball is, you know, whenever the main character, whenever he goes up against a foe that's stronger than him, he always leaves and he has to go train somewhere else to learn and to increase his power level. And that he would increase his power level, and then he'd come back and demolish him.
Saiyan thing.
Exactly.
I do know something.
We're on our way to final form. Phil knows what that means. Huh? He is Master Roshi. Yep, exactly. So I went and I learned and got a few sensu beans, came back, got my strength up, my knowledge, and it's time to go to war now.
I'm very excited to see you on stage this week.
Super excited.
2 final questions. What do you think your body weight's going to be on stage compared to the Olympia? And yeah, go answer that one first.
It's looking to be 3-4 pounds heavier than the Olympia. And on my frame, it's going to definitely show. Yeah, it's a lot because you tax that on with the additional fullness and the hardness. So I think it's going to give me a very, very pleased look this go round. Yeah.
Final question, are you going to win the Best Posing Award?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh!
And aside from all the nonsense and buzz, much respect to Sergio, but we're going to battle it out for that posing award, man.
Hang on, not just Sergio. Josh Nartowicz won it last year.
Oh, okay.
You've got Cedric McMillan, one of the best posers.
So
You're up against it, mate.
So I got 3 guys. Okay, everybody, we're going after that posing award. So may the best man win.
This man's on a mission. Okay, with Patrick Moore, I'm Giles Thomas at the 2020 Arnold Meet and Greet for musculararmament.com. Thank you, mate.